Okay, I got a request, kids stayed after class, about the worksheet for page 216. Had a little trouble with that. There's a few videos coming your way about those. Um, I told him I try to do 3 of these, and he requested me to do number 3, number 6, and number 7. Okay, and again, you're getting perimeter and area of irregular shapes or complex figures, right? And so let me see if I copy these down. Here I have a 10 on top. This is number 3, right? And there's a 20 going down this side. Looks like it goes down 10 right here, so about half of that. I'm trying to draw it to scale as much as I can. 15, so that and half of that, 15 here, another 20, so we're going to say 20 there, another 10, and another 10, and another 15. Okay, so perimeter, remember what the perimeter is. All you have to do is add up all of these sides around the outside. How far does an ant walk if the ant walks all the way around this shape? That's a perimeter, right? Remember, meter means measure, so I'm measuring around the rim, right? Imagine this is a weird shaped volcano. The rim of the volcano is around the top of the crater, right? So the rim, I'm measuring all the way around. So I have a 10 and a 10 and a 15 and a 20 and a 10 and a 10 and a 15 and 20. I got a bunch of 10s and 15s and 20s. I'm going to do the 10s real quick. 10, 20, 30, 40, 60, 80, and then 2 15s is 30. So the perimeter here is 110 units, right? If it was meters, it'd be meters, centimeters, and so on. All right, now the area is the type of problem that you just have to tell yourself, I can't do this in one step, okay? Remember, you can carry a ton of bricks from the front yard to the backyard. You just can't do it in one load, okay? So let's make this easier. Now, the thing you know how to get the area of is rectangles. So break this into rectangles. There's all sorts of ways you could break it into rectangles. I'm going to do it this way just because I recognize something. I'll tell you what it was in a little bit. And I'm going to say I'm going to get this rectangle, this big long one, and this one. Now, the reason I did that is I recognize this is 10 times 10. This is 10 times 10. These two small ones are easy. 10 squared, 10 times 10. That's 100. That's 100. Now, this is tricky because I don't have any of these 4 sides. I have to figure out what the sides of the rectangle are, right? This is 15, but 15 only gets me to here. I want to get all the way to here. So this is 15 plus this. What's this? Well, come over here, it's 10. 15 plus 10. So from here all the way to here is 25. Okay, so that middle rectangle is 25 wide. How tall is it? Well, this is 10. I mean, this is 20, but from here to here is 10. So this part of it's 10. The whole thing's 20. What's this? That's 10 too. And the same thing happens over here. This whole thing is 20, but this part of it's 10. So this must be 10. So I have 10 times 25, which is 250. So the area of this shape in number 3 is 100 plus 250 plus 100. I'm going to put the hundreds together first. I have 200 plus 250, 200 and 250. Write it down if it helps, and it usually does. And then you're showing work for your teacher, right? So the area of this one on number 3 is 450 square units, right? Remember, area is always square units. Okay? All right. Now a tougher one. Number 6. That looks like a big old goalpost or big old Y or something, huh? Okay? So I have and these numbers are much tougher too. 32, 32, 32. Another 16 there. Both these go down 48. And it looks like it goes. Now I'm going to show you a pretty cool way of solving this. Okay. There are all sorts of ways, but there's a way that I just recognize. I did this earlier. We were doing some checking of answers. We didn't have an answer sheet for this. We had to make our own. So I didn't recognize it at first, but I recognize it now. This is pretty cool. All right, so the perimeter is easy, right? Oh, not so quick. Shouldn't have said that, Mr. Daniel. You jinxed us, right? I have to add up all the numbers on the outside, but wait a minute. I don't have a number here. I don't have a number here. I don't have one here or here or here, right? I have to figure out what those numbers would be, okay? Now, this came down the same amount, so if that's 32, this should be 32. Okay, I recognize that this width here on the bottom is the same as this width of the gap, right? If I brought those up, I could see that. Okay, so that's going to be a 32. I recognize that this part on the bottom is the same as that 16, and same thing over here. And this looks symmetrical. Remember, symmetrical means if I drew a line through the middle and folded it, it would match. This 48 looks like it matches up with that 48. Now I add them all up, okay? How many 16s do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4. I know 4 times 16 is the same as 8 times 8. That's 64. I got 2 48s. Okay, so I have a 64 and 2 48s. Each 48 together makes a 96. And how many 32s do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to do 6 times 32 real quick. 12, 18, and 1. So 192, and add them all up. 12, 5, carry the 2. I get 352 for the perimeter. That was not easy. Those are some tough numbers. Now the area. Remember, we want to break it up into easier pieces. Okay? Well, here's something that's pretty cool that I didn't recognize at first. I'm giving you guys watch this video. I'm going to make this problem easy. This box right here, if I do this box here, I could. But how big is it? It's 32 by 32, huh? What if I move this box and put it right in there? It's a perfect fit. This box fits in there. So now I just have a rectangle. The area of this whole shape is what I'm looking for. Because it was like a rectangle with this cut out and then stuck over here. Well, go put it back there and I have a rectangle. It's 48 wide, or 48 tall, I should say. How wide is it? Well, it's 16 plus 32 plus 16. That ends up being 64. The area of this whole thing is just 48 times 64. Okay, now that's one way of doing it. Some people don't recognize that. They get this 32 times 32, and then they break this into a couple of rectangles, maybe going this way, and say this is 32 plus 16 plus 16, 64. How tall is it? They got to go figure out, well, this is 32, this is 48. 48 might, so they do 16 times 32, or 16 times 64, and then do these two and add them all up. But man, if I can make this into one rectangle by putting this piece and that piece, let's go do it. 48 and 64. I'm going to use a standard algorithm to multiply this. 32 and 48 plus 3 is 51. Put a placeholder, cross that out. 4 times 4 is 16, carry the 1. And 4 times 6 is 24 plus 1, 25. The area of this looks like it's 3,072 square units. Okay, all right, that one was a nice fit. Made it a little bit easier. Number 7. I don't think I could draw this one. This is a tough one to even draw. All right, I got this 180 on top and 150 going down. All right, then I got a 90 and a 60 and a 60 coming down here. Little 30 there. 120. And looks like I went down not far enough. It went past that, right? This came over here, and they didn't draw this to scale either, because 90 should be half of 180. Doesn't look like it went halfway across, huh? Don't feel so bad. 60 here. 30. Another 30. 90. Well, at least they were nice to us in the sense that they gave us all the numbers. I just add all these numbers, right? 180 and 150, that's 330. 90 and 120 is 210. 90 and 30 and 30, that's 150. 60 and 90 is 150. Add all these up. 4, 10, 14, 4, 6, 840 is what I get for the perimeter. Now again, I'm not going to double check because this is sort of a late addition, and I don't have time. Hopefully you double check that and it adds up. I would normally go ahead and double check. Now area, oh man, how do you want to make this into a rectangle? Bunch of rectangles. How about if we do this 180 times 150? $180 times 150 is 18 times 15, and I'm going to move the decimal over twice. So 270, move the decimal over twice, 27,000 for this part. And then I'm going to cut this off right here and say this is 30 times 120, right? 3 times 12 is 36. Move it over twice, 3,600. So far I have 27,000 for my area, 3,600, and then I have these two rectangles here. Oh man, I'm gonna, since I see this is a 60 and a 30, that's easy. 6 times 3 is 18. Move the decimal over twice, that's 1,800. Now the hard part is this down here, because I don't have any of those numbers, do I? Right? I don't have any of those numbers. How do I get those numbers? Well, I know this was 180, right? And I know that this was 30. So all the way out to here is 210. 210. But this is 30 and that's 90. I'm going to subtract 30 plus 90 is 120. And that means I get 90 for this. Oh, they gave me that. That was a lot of work for nothing, right? But I'm going to do this. This is 90 from here to here. I'm subtracting this part, that 30. So this is like it's 60 wide. I'm going to draw that rectangle down here. I know it's 60 wide. How tall is it? Oh boy. 150. Oh, okay. So this is 60 and this part's 30. So that must be 30. All right. So 6 times. So we already did that. That's just turned sideways. 3 times 6 is 18. Move the decimal over twice. I get another 1,800. So this long one. Oh man. Zeros, zeros, 06, 88. That's 22. 10 and 2 is 12. 14. 34,200 is the area for number 7. Wow. Tough problems. Sorry for springing that on you, but hopefully these videos of these 3 help you. If you need more help, make sure you ask in one of the Zooms, okay?